January 21st to July 21st marked 6 months since I have been monetized on YouTube. Actually remonetized, but I'll get to that in a second. And with that 6-month milestone, I thought it'd be interesting to walk you guys through how much I've made on YouTube since then. In part because this is a financial channel, so I think pay transparency can be really useful, and it gives you guys a behind the scenes look into a content business. But also because honestly, I love watching what I made on YouTube videos, and I was especially interested in those when I was first trying to commit to content creation. I found them really inspiring, really motivating. So hopefully if there's anyone out there who's also looking to take that plunge into content creation, this video can be the same for you. And on top of that, I think this will be really interesting to look at because the past 6 months since I've been monetized, my channel has gone a little differently than I thought it would. I started in January with about 25,000 subscribers, and I'm now approaching 100,000 subscribers as of filming this. Back in April, one of my videos got to the front page of Reddit, and I've had several articles written about some of my videos, which all of it has just been really crazy and surprising, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. So with that, let's jump into what I made in the first 6 months since being monetized on YouTube and how virality affected that income. And because this is a financial education channel, I also want to cover a look into my other income streams, what I'm doing with the money that I'm making from YouTube, and what my future plans are for this channel and for this business. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Kara, and I make videos on the intersection of money, media, and intentional living. So if you like video essays on how money is influenced by media and messaging, social media, all those things, go check out my playlist here after this video and be sure to subscribe. So let's cut to the chase. I was monetized by YouTube on January 21st, 2023. And technically I was remonetized because I made this channel back when I was in high school. I made random videos on occasion. And so I'd been monetized then, but then I just wasn't active anymore. I didn't make videos, so I got demonetized. So last fall, I finally nailed down the niche and style of video I wanted to make. And then in January, I finally hit that 4,000 watch hours threshold I needed for monetization. For context, I already had about 25,000 subscribers from when I made videos years ago. I don't think they were super active with watching my current videos since it was a different style, but at least I didn't have to try to hit that 1,000 subscriber benchmark for monetization again. With that in mind, from January 2021, when I first got monetized, to 6 months later on July 2021, I made, drumroll please, $13,781.12. Now, if you told my January 21st self that, I would have been shocked because even though I know YouTube has potential and I was proud of the videos I was making, I just was not in a position in my channel where that significant amount of money would have been able to be made. Like for context on my expectations, my reach goal for end of the year, like the goal that I was pretty sure I wouldn't even be able to hit, was that by end of 2023, I would have 50,000 subscribers. And it is now early August. I'm filming this video. I'm really close to 100,000 subscribers. So it has gone a very, very different direction than I thought. I wouldn't have believed you. To dive a little bit deeper, if you look at this graph, you can see I wasn't making a lot for the first 3 months of being monetized. I was bringing in about $1 to $2 a day. And then around late March, that started turning into a few more dollars a day. Then mid-April is when things really took off. My video, How Designer Brands Keep You Poor, which was a video I was really proud of, but had done like really okay, but just like maybe a couple thousand views. I'd posted that in January. It started to really pick up around like early April. That was starting to trickle down to other videos, so everything was kind of being lifted up, which was always my hope. I always figured like if I just keep making videos, if I keep being consistent with the quality, eventually something's gonna happen, and then hopefully people will have this entire repository of videos that are also that same quality and can be interesting to them, and then when they watch one, they'll just want to watch all of them. And that did start happening as that Designer Brands video was doing better. And because everything started to get more views, that translated to more ad revenue. And my daily AdSense went from being a couple dollars a day to over $100 a day, which again, it was blowing my mind. It still blows my mind. And my biggest day by far was this day my Designer Brands video ended up on the front page of Reddit, because that day brought me in $1,221.35. That was a bit of an insane day because not only was I getting all these comments and views on the video, but I started having people in my personal life reach out to me. So like old college acquaintances and people at work, like people were reaching out to me on the company Slack, sending me my video being like, is this you? This looks like you. And it was really weird because I keep this YouTube life very separate from my 9-to-5 life. Like I just don't talk about it at all. I don't share it. And so it was strange having people see me in that way. I felt very exposed. I was a little embarrassed, but It was really cool. I'm so grateful for it happening, and it's like a really cool fun fact I get to tell people now that I was on the front page of Reddit. Okay, so that is how much I made from YouTube in the first 6 months since being monetized, but I also want to talk about some of the other income streams that I have. I won't talk about specifics of what I make from each, but I do think it's helpful to understand that AdSense isn't my sole way of bringing in an income and growing my wealth. And actually, as a general rule for good personal finance and reaching financial freedom, it's good to not just have one single stream of income. Now, do not get me wrong, I am not saying that everyone should be having side hustles, working multiple jobs, none of that. I actually think one of the most popular ways you can have multiple streams of income, and it's a really great way, is to just have a 9-to-5 job and then make sure you're investing in something like a low-cost index fund. That way you are growing your wealth through your paycheck and your portfolio. Now that we have that established, what are my other income streams? I have 8 overall, including 1, YouTube AdSense, which we already covered, 2, brand deals and partnerships, 3 is Patreon and donations for the channel. So thank you so much to anyone who has ever become a patron or donated from Buy Me a Coffee. If you're interested in supporting the channel that way, you can go ahead and do so below. 4 is Etsy shop with digital products. This one makes like no money at all, but technically I do have a couple of budget spreadsheets for sale on my Etsy shop. There've been a few sales before, but not a lot. It is something I think that I'd want to focus on more in the future and figuring out how I want to build out more digital products, but not entirely sure yet. Figuring it out. 5 is UGC. This is also known as user-generated content. This is where I partner with a company and I make content for them. So instead of making a TikTok and posting it on my platform, I'll make it for them and then they post it on their platform. I did this a lot more at the beginning of the year and late last year. I don't do it as much anymore, but it's still a way that I've brought in money. It's basically like freelancing. 6 is Fiverr. So if you've seen my how I made my first $1,000 on Fiverr video, you'll know that I'm a professional voiceover artist on Fiverr. I think that I might start shutting this down. It's something that I started in the pandemic because I was bored and I was like, wonder if I can make money from this. And it's fun, but it also can be tedious. And I kind of want to spend more time doing this type of stuff, content creation, rather than the voiceovers. So I think I might start rolling off of it, but it has been a really nice way to bring in some extra money. 7 is my 9-to-5 job. So this is my actual job. It's definitely the way that I make the most of my money. So it's my biggest income stream. And it gives me a steady paycheck, 401k, health benefits. I really like it. Actually, it's a job that I've really enjoyed and I've been at for a couple of years now. And also because it's remote, it's quite flexible with the hours, I'm able to balance this YouTube channel pretty well with it, which is great. And last but not least, and actually probably most importantly, is investments. Let me be clear, I am not some day trader who is sitting over their computer looking at what stocks to pump and dump and trying to outperform the market. That is not my thing at all. I'm very much a dollar cost average into something like VT Sachs, which is a low cost index fund, and it just can do its thing. I don't need to touch it, which is the really nice thing about low-cost index funds. Not to mention, research shows that that kind of method outperforms things like those actively managed day trader types a lot. And the reason that I said investing is probably the most important of my income streams is because that's what's really going to allow me to build long-term wealth. Like, as much as I love making YouTube videos and I enjoy my 9-to-5, I'm not going to be surprised at all if one day I don't want to do either, or I can't do either. And if I don't invest that money that I'm making, that I'm bringing in every month, if it just sits in like a savings account, I'm going to be actively losing money because of inflation. Just like how a Subway $5 footlong is no longer $5 despite the very catchy 2008 jingle, your $5 in the future won't go as far as your $5 today. By investing smartly, I can make sure that my money grows as the value of the dollar decreases. All right, I know that was a lot. I know some of you guys are like, what is going on here? I did not sign up for this. I just wanted to know how much you make in 6 months. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. But hopefully this gives you guys more visibility into the financial situation of a YouTuber like me. So how much money am I making from YouTube, but also the way that I'm approaching and thinking about money here, because I think it's important to recognize that all of this could go away very easily. The algorithm could change, brand deals dry up, no one wants to watch my stuff anymore, or I don't want to make it anymore. There's a lot of things that could happen. And so I want to make sure that I'm being smart with my money by diversifying my income streams, having and maintaining an emergency fund, and investing almost all the money that I make from YouTube besides some business expenses. And those are things that I'm thinking about, but hopefully can also help you guys think about your own financial situation and the steps that you can take in your own life to make sure that you're as financially secure and healthy as possible. And with that, I want to go to the last thing that I want to talk about in this video, which is kind of the why of this channel. Like, what is the purpose here? What am I trying to do with it? yet. From a business side, I'm thinking of this very much as kind of the early growth stage of my channel. So I'm just trying to grow the channel, make sure I'm making videos that you guys like and that I like making, and trying to nail down the process for video making that's as efficient as possible for me. But from a mission standpoint, I really want this channel to have some kind of positive impact. And so one of my main goals for this channel and the content I create is helping people improve their relationship with their money, but also helping them become more conscious consumers so that it's better for their wallet and the planet. And I want to figure out other ways that I can have a positive impact, because I think that ideas are really powerful. The spreading of ideas is so powerful, and it's so much easier done on things like YouTube. It's honestly how I was exposed to so many different ideas that I've since internalized. And so I think that's a really effective thing to help create positive change. And so I'm trying to figure out beyond that, do I sell things where some of that proceeds goes to charity, or I talk about certain action items that could have a positive impact? It's something I'm trying to figure out. I don't have it nailed down yet, but it's something I'm considering as I grow this channel. All this to say, I'm hoping to be really intentional about this platform, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you to everyone who watches my videos, and if you have any ideas for future video topics you'd like to see me cover, or even just ideas on how I can make a positive impact with this platform, be sure to leave your ideas down below. I will definitely be reading them. If you want to support this channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and my Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee links are down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye!